There are moments in a life that never make headlines. They don't arrive with applause or linger in memory because of grandeur. They matter because quietly and without ceremony, they change the direction of who we become. For Craig Melvin, one of those moments came not under bright studio lights, but in the presence of a mentor he never expected, at a time when doubt was louder than confidence. This is not a story about fame. It's a story about listening, humility, and the kind of guidance that finds us when we're unsure whether we truly belong. Long before viewers welcomed Craig into their living rooms each morning, he was a young journalist, still measuring himself against a profession that demands certainty, polish, and an unshakable voice. Like many who enter broadcasting with idealism, he discovered early that talent alone doesn't quiet self-doubt. The questions crept in during long days and longer nights. Am I good enough? Am I too cautious? Too earnest? Not bold enough for this world? For those in their 60s watching today, these questions may feel familiar. They echo the early years of any demanding career, when ambition wrestles with insecurity and the future feels both promising and precarious. The mentorship that shaped Craig didn't arrive through a formal program or a carefully scheduled meeting. It came through observation, consistency, and quiet accountability. This mentor, an experienced broadcaster with little interest in grand speeches, did something far more powerful. They paid attention. They noticed how Craig prepared, how he listened more than he spoke, how he carried the weight of responsibility toward the stories he told and the people behind them. Instead of pushing him to be louder or flashier, the mentor asked a simple but disarming question. Who are you trying to impress? It wasn't a challenge meant to diminish him. It was an invitation to stop performing and start trusting. What followed wasn't a transformation overnight, but a slow reshaping of perspective. Craig learned that credibility isn't built by imitation, it's built by consistency. That authority doesn't come from volume, but from integrity. And that the most enduring voices in journalism are the ones grounded in empathy, not ego. For an audience that has lived through decades of professional change, shifting industries, evolving standards, and reinvention after reinvention, this lesson lands with particular resonance. Many viewers understand that the people who shaped them most weren't always the loudest. They were the ones who saw potential before it was fully formed. Years later, in a rare, candid moment, Craig reflected on how that mentorship gave him permission to slow down, to trust that clarity would come from patience, to understand that vulnerability, when paired with preparation, is not a weakness, but a strength. This realization didn't just shape his career, it shaped his leadership. As Craig grew into roles with greater visibility, he carried those lessons forward. He became more intentional about how he guided younger colleagues, less focused on correction, more on encouragement, less about shaping them into replicas, more about helping them discover their own voice. For viewers in their 60s, this story strikes a deeper chord. It's a reminder that mentorship is not confined to youth, nor is its impact limited to the workplace. Many in this season of life are mentors themselves, parents, grandparents, colleagues, volunteers. Others can look back and finally name the person who quietly changed everything for them. Craig's story affirms something profoundly human, that guidance given with respect can ripple across decades, that a few well-timed words, or sometimes a thoughtful silence, can outlast accolades and titles. Today, when Craig Melvin speaks with calm authority and genuine warmth, viewers aren't just witnessing professional polish, they're seeing the legacy of mentorship made visible. A reminder that behind every steady presence is often someone who once said, "You don't need to be anyone else." In a world that still rewards noise, Craig's candid moment invites us to honor the quieter forces that shape us, the mentors who didn't demand attention but earned trust. And perhaps it encourages each of us to ask the same enduring question. Who did we become because someone believed in us before we fully believed in ourselves? Because sometimes the most unexpected mentorship doesn't just guide a career,
It gives us permission to become who we were meant to be.